What's going on, everybody? This is ODC, that's me, and I'm back with another action figure review. This is my review of the DC Signature Collection Unleashed Doomsday action figure. Now this is quotation marks, Matty Collector's final figure in the subscription line, but and this is actually the end of the line because they didn't have enough subscriptions, blah blah blah, horseshit. They said we were never going to get this figure, and then all of a sudden they changed their minds and they gave it to us. But this is the Doomsday that I really wanted to get. I didn't really want the containment suit one. As far as I'm concerned, I'm probably never going to get that one unless I get it for real cheap. This is the one I want, and I'm pretty sure this is the one everybody wants. It's got better packaging. This is the epitome of an exclusive. Runs around $35. I'm not sure if he's still available on mattycollector.com. I haven't checked, but I jumped on it the day after Thanksgiving, and he was available, and I picked up 2 of them. Here is the outside packaging, what it looks like. I believe the containment suit came in a black box, and this one's coming in a white box with the bloody Superman logo. On the top it says Signature Doomsday. Nothing on the sides. On the back it has a little read up. If you want to pause it and read it, I'll zoom in real quick. You guys can read that if you want to. And then that. Oops, back it up, sorry. There's the bottom part, another bottom part, and then Doomsday is here. So there you go, there's the outside packaging, nice white box. I decided to pick up 2 of these guys, just one out of box and one in box. This is just a really nice slip, full of a nice slip cover here with Doomsday kind of with his open mouth, and he's kind of got his knuckles, his bone knuckles, poking holes through the Superman cape, and it goes all the way around. Nice artwork here, really nice artwork, and it's just a slip cover, so it just comes right off. Readjust this here, sorry. Getting a lot of glare off of this packaging, so I apologize, but let me just refocus here. This figure is so large that I'm gonna have to keep doing this. I'm like on the edge of my table here. I'll back him up as much as I can, but there we go. That's better. Come on, tripod, work with me, not against me. Alright, there we go. That's a little bit better. Okay, so here is the packaging, and he's holding his, this is actually a cloth Superman cape here. So there's the packaging. It says Signature Doomsday, and it says final figure on it, even though it's technically not the final figure. Technically, the final figure will be the DC Signature Damian Wayne Robin figure, which is coming out, will be released December 15th, 2014. So, but you see in the back, you have some nice landscaping going on in the background, some cityscapes going on, I should say. Like he's in downtown Metropolis. On the back, or on the side, I should actually say, there's a nice picture of Superman's cape getting caught on that wooden pole. And then pretty much you have the same read-up as the back of the white box packaging here, if I can focus. There it is again, and there it is again, and again. So it's pretty much the same. It says Doomsday is here. So let's not waste any more time. Let's get Doomsday out of the packaging. As we have seen everything, there's kind of some smoke going out throughout the plastic window box here, and it kind of continues to the back portion of the backdrop on here. But let's get Doomsday out of package and take a closer look at him. We'll be right back. Okay, and we're back with Doomsday Unleashed out of packaging, and I gotta say, man, he looks really, really cool. Some really nice blue paint shading going on top of his nice gray rock-like armor, or I shouldn't say armor, but I should say his bones. You can tell there's a nice plain gray and then a nice blue wash going throughout wherever you see his bones, including on his knees. There's even a chipping going on right here, and these actually, let me fix my lighting here. And actually, all of these protrusions, these bone protrusions, they're actually like a rubbery material. So they're not hard. They're not a hard plastic. If you bump yourself, it's not gonna really hurt. This is all a pliable, rubbery material, which is actually really nice. I have heard a lot of complaints that, you know, from a couple reviews. That he's really loose in some joints. Now that just might be a quality control problem. I don't really have that issue with him. He's got you know, fairly pretty. I mean, he's pretty stiff. I don't really have a big problem. He's a little bit top heavy because of his rubbery bone protrusions up here. So that makes him a little bit top heavy. Makes him a little weak in the knees, so to speak. But. I don't know, I thought weak in the knees is kind of funny. Oh, Superman, I'm so weak in the knees right now for you. Oh, I'm sorry. But anyway, he does look really, really cool, and he actually does have red eyes. They are in there. They're just really deep in there, but they are red eyes, and he does have actually a red tongue, which I wouldn't have thought they would have just went with plain black, but there is a red tongue in there. I'm trying to see if I can get it. There you go. You can kind of see it in there. But he does have red eyes. They're a little bit darker of a red, but you can see them. And they do actually have a black dot for a pupil. So that is nice. I mean, I can't really get it on camera here so much. Let me try here. If you can see, it's too much of a shadow going on, but they are red, and they are a darker red, and they do have a black dot for a pupil, which is pretty cool. And if you want to remove the cape, you can. You can just kind of pop it off his knuckles here, and you want to use this portion right here to kind of slip it on his bone protrusion, and then kind of pull it up on this cape. And I don't know if I would really suggest pulling this off and then putting it back on. It probably will rip in time because there's not much leeway going on. Hold on here with this cape. I mean, there's about that much, and this will eventually want to rip. So I mean, even if it does rip, I mean, it'll still stay on his bones, on his knuckles like that. But if you want, how they packaged it, they had this piece underneath his elbow bone protrusion. So, but there you go. It's a nice cloth cape. This is I don't know if you want to call it laminated or it's on there, but it's not just painted on there. So that's pretty cool. Like I said, all of his bone protrusions have this nice, like a light blue shading going on. It looks really, really good. Really good. I am just really happy with this guy. I mean, he might be a little bit too big for some people, but for the most part, I think he's pretty well done. Now let's get to his articulation real quick. Let me just try to back him up here. He's a rather large guy. I'll do size comparisons in a minute, but as far as his articulation, let me just start at the head here. His head does swivel side to side, and it can look up, and it can. It doesn't really want to look down, but you can use the ab crunch to kind of give him that look like he's looking down. The hair is articulated, which is a nice touch. So you can swivel the hair on the top. I do like that. The arms go up about that far, and they do go down. They cannot do a full 360. I mean, they can, but you can't do a natural full 360. You kind of have to lean the arm out. He does have a bicep swivel, a single bend at the elbow, and he does have a wrist rotation here. So there you go with that. And he does have an ab crunch, which moves forward about that far, and it does move back. So more so back than forward, I would say. He does have a waist swivel. He's got the T-jointed hips, which go out, and they do go forward, and they do go, they don't really go back. It does have an upper thigh swivel on both sides, single bend at the knee. He does have a boot swivel, which I don't think is really needed, but it's there. Ankle hinge, and he does have an ankle pivot, which is very nicely done. So let me pause this, and I'll be right back with some size comparisons just to give you guys a good feel for how large this guy actually is. So hold on, guys. We'll be right back. Okay, and we're back with the 90s Justice League. I'm sorry if I got shaky cam here. I'm trying to get him all in there. He's pretty much taller than any regular DC Universe Classics, whether it be a female or a male or the smaller male buck. I mean, even the tallest male buck is going to be smaller. So, I mean, he's pretty menacing. He's pretty large. So, there we go. We got the Blue Beetle here, and we got my custom Bloodwind over there. Fire, Ice, Booster Gold, and we got Superman here. Yeah, pretty cool. I'll do one more size comparison with some other Build-A-Figures, and we'll take a closer look at his details and stuff. Okay, and we're back with another size comparison here. And here's what his body is pretty much based off of, I would say. He might be a little bit taller just because Validus doesn't want to, his legs are getting a little loose here. But this is pretty much the body of what he's, Doomsday is based off, is the Validus body or the Kilowog body or whatever you want to call it. But here he is standing up. I mean, they're pretty much the same. I would say maybe the sculpt on his head might be a little bit taller, but when you pinch his legs together and his legs together, they're pretty much the same height, except for the ponytail on Doomsday here. I'm way off center. So there you go. He's obviously much larger than Validus just because of his bone protrusions and stuff like that. But he is worth the $35. It only took me about 5 days to get this guy. I know a lot of people complain about Matty Collector and their shipping and Digital River and stuff like that, but for the most part, I got him in 5 days. It used to take 11 days for Matty figures, but now it only took 5. And I can't be happier with this guy. I'm glad that we finally got this guy. I've actually changed my mind. I actually am going to pick up the Damian Wayne Robin figure. So that'll be my final figure that I get and final product that I get from Mattel. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't really support the Total Heroes line, so I don't really care about that. But this is definitely a 2 thumbs up, way up. And I'd hate to say it because I don't like Mattel because all the BS they put us collectors through within this last year. But I gotta say, they did a really good job here. 2 thumbs up. Definitely worth the $35. I would have paid $55 for him and plus shipping. So, I mean, he's worth the money. You're getting a really nice display. You're getting this cool little trinket right here. You're getting the figure that we all wanted in the first place. So, I mean, I can't really complain that much about this. A couple of things I wanted to throw out there. I mean, everything pretty much on him is sculpted, as Superman's knocking everybody over there. This is sculpted on his chest. His face has got a brand new sculpt. This whole back protrusion's all sculpted. All these rock-like protrusions are sculpted. His belt, his shorts here, sculpted. His boots, I believe, on the top here have a new sculpt. I mean, they did the damn thing with this guy. So I mean, I can't really complain too much. And I'm definitely going to be setting him up with my 90s Justice League over there, and it should be a really cool display. So thank you, Matty Collector, but no thank you for getting rid of this line. I love this line. It was one of my favorites. And so now I only have to look forward to is Star Wars Black and Marvel Legends. So, but stay tuned. I'm gonna keep collecting some DC collectible stuff and stuff like that. But for this figure, definitely, like I said, you guys know me. I repeat myself. 2 thumbs up. Get this guy. 35 bucks. Do it while you can before he hits secondary markets because he's gonna go through the roof. This guy's gonna be like $200 within a year. That's just my guess, but hopefully not for everybody else. So get yours while you can, guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thank you for watching as always, and I'll see you guys on the flip side.